Welcome to the first of SocialB's webinars for the RYA. Today we will be looking at the essentials to being found online. So some of you may already know who SocialB are. We are international digital marketing experts to businesses around the world, and we work in multiple sectors but have been working with the sports and association sectors for quite some time now. And above here you can just see a few of our accreditations and partners that we work with, and some of our clients below that we have worked with in the past. So what are you going to leave with today from this webinar? So we're going to be looking at strategy and implementation, which is how to create and implement an online marketing strategy that is measurable for you. The digital channels and how to decide which ones to invest time in, whether that's social media, search engine optimization, email marketing, or PPC. Some of the useful tools that can help you analyze, measure, and improve your website and online marketing efforts. And we'll also be looking at how to optimize your online content for Google, which is search engine optimization, otherwise known as SEO. And this is really the key factor to being found online. So where do we start? So this slide may be familiar to some of you who attended the events with us, but it is one of the most important aspects of an online marketing strategy, if not the most important aspect. So what do you want to achieve with your online activity? So first things first, we need to make a plan. And in that plan, try to think of what success will look like to you. How has your sailing club become successful to date? Was it using a plan by any chance? And how does your website now fit into your overall marketing goals? So create a 3-month plan and ask yourself, what do you want to achieve with your online activity? So going forward, make sure you can answer these questions when creating that plan. Who do you want to connect with? What content will you share? How will you interact with people? How often do you need to interact with people? How often do you want to influence people to act? And just think about, you're not only going to be looking for new members, but remember to market to existing members as well. And remember, you may also be looking for more volunteers soon, so get existing volunteers to start promoting themselves and the fun experiences you get as a result of working for the club. So you guys probably know your target audience, but try and think outside the box. So you know that your members and any sailing enthusiasts are going to know a lot about the subject, and they're going to understand the sort of technical jargon that you may have on the website. However, someone like a mum who is potentially looking for their child to start some sailing lessons might not know that kind of thing. So just think about those audiences when you're looking to create content that's appropriate for them, and just make sure that it's relevant for them as well. And also think about what city, county they may be in as well, the age and genders, and different languages that they may speak. So your first primary objective within the next 3 to 6 months is to really look at who your target audiences are and think about that 3-month marketing plan and start getting that laid out. So these actions are going to be part of a worksheet that we will be sending around after you've watched this video. And this is the first action here for your homework. So how do we know what our most important digital asset is? The first priority is your website. So you need to get this right first so that all of your marketing efforts flow consistently into this. If you haven't got relevancy in your social media or email campaigns or your search engine marketing, then your website could ultimately fall flat. But we do need to focus on getting that website right first. So this is just an example website that we created for you, and I'm just going to take you through this now. It's called the SocialB Sailing Club. And you can see in this that we've tried to really fill out each key aspect of the points we were talking about before. So we've got the logo to add credibility there, the RYA logo. We've got an instant call to action on the first page to watch the video. And also further down in the events, training and clubs, and book today. Along the bottom here, we have our social channels, so users know that they can go to any of these for more content. And a brief contact us details. But we do also have another contact us navigation up here, which just includes a contact us form and a map for our location as well. And within our events, this is not yet filled out completely, but you can see how the events would be laid out with a strong header, image, and body text there as well. And if you go to these views, you can just see the desktop and mobile views of the site. This is obviously something that's really important with a lot more people using mobile and tablets to browse the internet nowadays. And you can see the difference in the layout of the website. It's much more user-friendly to a mobile user, with the navigation just appearing at the side there to make it more easier to connect on their phone. So here we'll talk about the essentials to being found online, which is search engine optimization, otherwise known as SEO. So search engines basically have two main job roles, and that's crawling and building an index of websites, and not just websites, but images, videos, and news too as well. And it will also provide an answer service for people searching with the most relevant results. So you always think about what is going to be the most relevant for your audience. If someone's searching for rowing or canoeing, they're probably not going to be wanting to see a sailing website. So just think about it from that kind of term of view. So well-researched keywords and content is the king and the key to being found online. And this includes your social channels too. So Brightling Sea Sailing Club are a great example of this. They've used well-researched keywords across their website and social channels so that they are easily found online on the first page of Google, not just for their website, but also their Facebook page, and they also appear on the RYA website there as well. So make a keyword or phrase plan. So we've just listed a few example keywords here, so sailing, yacht club, yacht sailing, sailing school, and sailing events. But think about other keywords that you could be using. So whether that's sailing lessons, or perhaps use your county or city that you're in as inspiration too. So you could put sailing lessons Kent. And remember, it goes back to thinking like your audience. So think about what they're going to be searching for and the difference in search terms in relation to who is searching. So whether that's a mum searching for their child or an existing member or someone who knows a lot about sailing already. So set up an Excel sheet with keywords and key phrases so they can be used across all of your online areas, which includes your website, social media, email marketing, anything that basically has content within it. Review this every 2 or 3 months, and also bear in mind more immediate insights. So if there's any sailing championships going on, or for example the Olympics happened, you can always use those to make sure that you're really jumping on the bandwagons of those topics. And always utilize Google. Google can predict stuff for you. So these are all based on search terms that people are looking for every single day. So if you simply type in sailing club, it will then start suggesting search terms that people are searching for on a regular basis. So sailing lessons London, sailing lessons UK, sailing lessons Kent. So it gives you some good keyword ideas for you. So what do search engines actually go and look at? So these are some of the things that you need to make sure are filled out when you're creating content for your website. So the title tag, you need a relevant title and not just a home page. Make sure you're using it for good keywords and use around 4 to 5 words in the title. Your headings, the search engines view heading tags as being terms of emphasis, so they give weight to the words within them. And again, make sure you're popping the key terms within those heading tags. Bold text is of lesser importance than header tags, but again, the bold tags still emphasize terms of importance, so just keep that in mind. And alt text and alt description on images. Use descriptive short sentences in your alt tags. If it's a picture of one of your members, for instance, try the name of that member and the name of the club. So name of member from name of club. So we're now just going to look at a live example of Marconi Sailing Club and just have a look at how they have set their website up with good SEO in mind. So this is an example of Marconi Sailing Club. You can see they've got a really strong menu options here and a really strong navigation from those. So you can see they've used multiple subcategories in there as well. They've used strong headers. And the body text is well researched with plenty of internal links as well. So moving over to their news page, you can see that each of these images that they've used has alt text, so it's easily identifiable, along with strong keyworded header content and body text as well. And here are their upcoming events. And if you click through, you'll get more information on these events, including another internal link to their sailing program PDF. So a very good example of a very well keyworded and SEO'd website from Marconi Sailing Club there. So just going back to the key things that you need to be filling out when creating content for your website, the content title. So when writing the title for the content, follow these sort of basic guidelines. The title length should not exceed 65 characters, and this will ensure the full title is visible in a search result, increasing the likelihood of a click-through. And the title length should include at least 4 words and be them keywords if possible. Include the keyword phrase in the title, and this will increase the relevancy of your content for that keyword phrase. And as you can see, Manvers Waterfront Boat Club Home has followed those rules there. And the descriptions and meta descriptions follow a similar pattern to those rules, but you have more to play with here. So the content should not exceed 156 characters. Again, they should include keywords and key phrases. Include the keywords towards the beginning if you can, and make sure there is some enticing content there to really get people to think about clicking through. So Lee and Loughton Sailing Club, you can see that they've got dinghy racing and training on a reservoir, includes news, results, events, visitor information and weather. So everything you could possibly want to introduce that website on a search basis. So an easy way to see if your pages in your website reflect this is to choose a page. So in this one, we've used the LLSC Learn to Sail, and we've just pasted that into the Google search bar, and we've just seen what it returns. So you can see you've got Learn to Sail, LLSC, so that's a good start with the title. And then with the description, Adult Learn to Sail, RYA Level 1, Level 2, Level 3, and then a good call to action, join and book your training course online now. Another really easy tool that you can use is Google My Business. So for those of you who don't know, it's a free service from Google that will help users find your business across search, maps, and Google+. So for example, if you search for yacht club in your town, have a look at what comes up in the different searches. So hopefully you see something similar to what's below. It's your Google My Business page that will put you there. And it's important that you set it up properly and optimize it so that you're included on the right search. And you should see this page here below as well. So if you simply search London Yacht Club, you'll see all of these results pop up below with their ratings and their website directions, a little bit of description if they're currently open, and their phone number as well. So it's important that you set it up properly to optimize it so that you're included in the right searches. Firstly, having a presence in the search results when someone Googles your service and area. Secondly, it allows users to leave reviews. Genuine reviews have to be the #1 trust signals with consumers. If you can display that clearly in a Google search, then someone may be more likely to click through to your website over a different competitor. Try and get your members to help out with this also by prompting them to leave their own reviews to build community credibility for the club. It just helps customers see what you're instantly all about. So in this area here for Google My Business, make sure you set up your company hours, your contact info, and just fill it out with as much information as possible so customers are finding the right info at their fingertips. And with the mobile examples that you can see here, they can pretty much just click and they're on their way to calling you straight away or visiting their website or finding directions to know how to get to you. And they can also easily see reviews left by other members or by visitors to the club as well. So to update your pages and to see how you can improve, input each of your pages into an Excel sheet and measure where you are now, update the pages, update the Excel sheet, and then measure, measure, measure. So start with your current URL, your current page title, the length of that page title, the current page description, the current length of that description, what's the purpose of the page, so really think about why this page exists, and then just make a note of the edit date as well. And in another tab, start recording what the new page title will be called, the new title length, the new page description, the new description length, and what keywords you're going to be using throughout, the content, if you're including any images, which internal links you're going to be using, and if the page contains a clear call to action. So homework is to review 3 pages and note down if your pages are set up correctly. So before we do anything else, we want to make sure that measurement is implemented and set up correctly. The first thing to do, if you haven't already, is set up Google Analytics and have a look at Google Search Console as well. So Google Analytics is absolutely free. Anything you do online, it will measure it. So that will measure where your visitors are coming from, whether they clicked on organic search traffic, so whether they Googled you, or whether they came through a Facebook post. And it will also give you some demographic data as well, and which devices that they may be using to browse your website. So whether that's they're looking on their desktop PC, or they could be coming from a mobile phone. And Google Search Console will just show you who sees and doesn't see your website and who doesn't visit. So we will be looking at more measurement during the new year in February 2017, and we'll be hosting a whole webinar on this, but for now it's really important to set up Google Analytics even if you don't know what you're going to use it for yet, because it will begin collecting data after you set it up. So when it comes to that measurement webinar, you'll have some data there to start really looking in detail on that. So here are the basic instructions to setting up a new Google Analytics account, but I'll also show you how to do this now, but you can just refer back to this slide for the instructions. So go to the admin area and under accounts, click through and select create new account. And once you're through to this page, just start filling out the information here. So your account name will be what you obviously refer to. So it will be the SocialB Sailing Club in this instance. And then the website name. So again, SocialB Sailing Club, and we'll just call this one Master. And then the website that you want to be tracking. And then make sure you include the industry as well. So for instance, in this case, we'll be using sports. And once you're finished with that, just check the time zones and everything else is correct on this page before clicking through to get your tracking ID. And then Google will just ask you to accept their terms of service. So just have a quick scroll through and check that you are happy with everything before accepting. And then once this is done, you might see a bit of a scary page there, but don't worry, all you need to do is copy and paste this code and then insert that into every page that you want to track. If you do need help with this, I'd suggest getting your website developer to give you a hand with this. And remember, you want to put this code onto every page that you want to track within the website. So the next action to take is to make sure your Google Analytics is set up correctly and to make sure that it's receiving data through correctly as well. And then we'll just go through those actions again for the next webinar. So identify your keywords and input them into Excel. Set up Google Analytics and start measuring where you are now, so where your visitors are coming from, which devices they're using, and their demographics. Review each website page, input this into Excel and your website, and ensure there is a guide for adding content from an SEO point of view. So thank you for joining us on this webinar, and we will be seeing you in the next video on Facebook.